It was 2020, and we just moved all of our furniture from our first commercial salon to a new location. My heart was heavy with overwhelm. We had a full team of service providers working with our company. We had investors, and we still had to break the lease and move. The rent at that time was upwards of $20,000, and our average services per month was like $12,000. Five of my service providers were new to salon business, so they had no concept of what a scorecard was. 80% of that revenue was my service goals as the lead colorist. I had to walk in self-leadership when I wanted to fold. All eyes were on me because I took the biggest risk of my life and was now in the most debt I had ever incurred. We're talking about $300,000 plus in debt. To add insult to injury, we had a legal case ensuing. I literally wanted to cut ties with everything and move. Every business decision up at that point was made with instinct, because what else did I have? Oh, I did have advice from loved ones. And let me give you a little bit of what they said. They said, take people along with you as you go. So I decided to invest against my better judgment. I invested in green staff, meaning they had no concept of what salon business was, but they had the talent. They said, God will make a way. So I trusted in Him and myself blindly. I invested everything into our building and operational costs. Forgiving partners who originally wanted to be a part of the service-based investors. Instead, they chose commission, and I welcomed them back to the salon. I knew how much money was in our account every day of the 30-day billing cycle. I was in that app. The business was built on undeniable skill and instincts, but operationally, it was flawed. Cosmetology school gave me 1,500 hours of training on hair and 2 hours on business. Not an hour on strategy, no profit margins, client journey design, or how to even read my own financials. I walked out licensed in 2013 and completely unlicensed to run a business. Everything from 2013 to 2020 was self-taught through trial and error and just survival instincts. Now I can say I know that wasn't personal feeling. That was a systemic gap. And the weight of that showed up every single day when I opened that banking app. I didn't know how to manage it. Successful stylists, I can tell you now that you admire, they didn't just master hair. They reached a similar crossover point to me where the skill was no longer what they needed to invest in, and they really had to turn their attention to business. They didn't figure it out alone in being successful. They found someone who already walked a path and learned from them by the very nature of proximity. Not someone who has general business knowledge. Someone who understands exactly what it means to stand behind a chair for 8 hours plus and then think like a CEO on your drive home. Your instincts built your business, but instincts don't refine. It doesn't expand, it doesn't scale, and it doesn't bring ease. At some point, you have to be willing to get better at business, not just the skill of beauty. You have to want to learn from someone. You have to want to really lean into being a better CEO. It's 2026. I have successfully lived out a career I mapped. I am Shamilia B. I co-founded a salon. I have private clients I work with, and I coach textured hairstylists and beauty professionals on how to manage a successful business with undeniable skill and business acumen. I meet you at the edge of where you are and where you want to be. This is definitely a space for you if you really want to get better at beauty and business. Like and subscribe if this gives you value. But if you really want to get in the thick of it, Premium Practice is in the link in the description. See you next week.